Now I can get head into the short quotes that I have for today. Just going to share my screen. Just give me a second. There we go. Now, here are my short quotes for trading that I use for motivation. I'll begin with the first quote. Traders can't grow without losses. In fact, you need them, so you learn lessons. I'll repeat this one more time. Traders can't grow without losses. In fact, you need them, so you learn lessons. So, what does this mean? This means that no matter how experienced a trader is, no matter how good they are, doesn't matter how long they have been doing trading, even if they're on a professional level, most likely they will still carry on having losses. It's a normal thing. It happens in life. So we can't do technically nothing about it. It just appears. And the thing is, we require them so we can learn our lessons. And what I do is I remove the word loss from the dictionary and I use the word lesson. That word lesson is much more powerful, more suitable, and more helpful rather than the word loss, because loss can bring negative opinions and negative emotions. We don't want that. We want positive emotions in trading. We can't afford to have negative emotions. And as I was saying, us as traders, we can't grow without losses. Without lessons. We need lessons so we can grow step by step to the level that we want to achieve our goals, our dreams. That's why I say we need lessons. We need them. Now, I can go on with the second quote that I have. The second quote is, if you are not trading with a strategy, you are not trading, you are gambling. I'll repeat this one more time. If you're not trading with a strategy, you are not trading, you are gambling. It pretty much says in the quote. If we don't have a strategy, ladies and gentlemen, we are technically gambling and trading, because strategy is either one of the most important key points or the most important key point in trading. That's what I believe. And if we don't have a strategy, more likely won't work out for us. It's better luck to just go into the casino, put all our money there, stay all night or all morning, however guys want to do it, stay there and lose all of our money. Realistically, that's what's going to happen, because casinos never end up well. It just makes a person more greedy and they get addicted to it. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all for the mental health and the emotional health. That's why I say it one more time. If we don't have a strategy for trading, we are technically gambling. That's why we must have a strategy whenever we are trading, no matter what. Now, to head into the third quote that I have. In trading, discipline is 100 times more important than IQ. I repeat this one more time. In trading, discipline is 100 times more important than IQ. I mean, realistically, discipline plays a massive role in trading, and we must understand that. In fact, we must know that. Even if there's a newbies or even there's experienced traders, we must know that discipline plays a massive role in trading. And what I believe is, no matter how much IQ we have, no matter how much knowledge we have towards trading, our discipline is more important than that. Because if we don't control ourselves when it's necessary to leave or enter the market, to control our emotions, to stay patient, then it will be very difficult for us, because as I said, discipline is very, very important in trading. And we must have discipline. What I do with my discipline is, for example, for lessons, if I hit 2 lessons for the day, I stop. I don't overtrade. I discipline myself. I force myself to stop trading if I hit 2 lessons. And what I do is I carry on the next day. But it's completely normal. As I said, lessons happen. We will get less lessons most of the time. And it's normal. It's a normal thing to happen in life. So don't get hard emotions to that. Don't overthink it. Don't stress. Just stay patient and disciplined. Now, the fourth quote that I have is, no matter what, keep on practicing. Practice makes perfect. I'll repeat this one more time. No matter what, keep on practicing. Practice makes perfect. Now, generally, whatever we do in life, it's not only about trading. We need to practice that thing to achieve our goals and our dreams. For instance, trading. If we want to become successful traders, to be financially free, to be wealthy, which that is part of my goals, my dreams, we must keep on practicing every single day to achieve the life that we have always wanted. We must practice, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, realistically, practice makes perfect doesn't really exist, because the word perfect, it's not realistic. It's not something that we can actually get to. No one's perfect. Trading is not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nothing is perfect. But what we can do is, if we keep practicing, we can come to a high level where we are comfortable with it, where we can be called financially free, and where we can be called successful. That's the goal we want to achieve. And now that we have that fourth quote sorted out, we will be heading into the final quote that I have for you guys, the fifth quote. And that is, always finish what you started. Trust your instincts. I'll repeat this one more time. Always finish what you started. Trust your instincts. Instance, what does this mean? What does the final quote represent? What is it trying to tell us? What is the important message towards it? So when we are trading, don't get to the beginning point or the middle point of it and leave it there. No, go from beginning till the end. Finish what you started. And the thing is, it's not only doing that. We can do it, but have no self-belief inside us. But that's a negative way. We must do that, finish what we started, and at the same time have self-belief in ourselves, confidence, and we must trust our instincts. And when we have both of them, combine both, and the trade goes our way and we win it, we will feel much more powerful than usual. That's what I say. When you trade, trust your instincts and finish what you started. For instance, you're in a 50-50 situation. You're thinking, 50% I might win it or 50% I might lose it. You find in the trade risky. But what I do is take the risk, because in trading, there are many risks that you're going to have to take. And we must trust our instincts. We must believe that trade will win it, that we will win that trade. We must believe that it will go our way no matter what. And once we do that, yes, realistically, we might have a lesson on it. But that's completely fine, because as I said, we require lessons so we can learn what we have done wrong. Other than that, we must finish what we started and trust our instincts. Got a new notification here. Euro JPY cleared already. I haven't even started taking trades. Wow. Okay. One more notification. Boom. Well done. Well done. It's great to hear that. Now that we have our short quotes presented, I would like to share one more thing with you guys, and that is a short video to do with motivation, something to inspire us even more before we start trading. Now that we have this, the quotes that I presented, as I said, we already have a bit of confidence, a bit of self-belief inside us, but I believe the video will help us even more. Now, I would like to share my screen, just doing it right now, and I will play this little video right now. You guys can pay attention to it. Please take notes of it. Maybe something can help you, maybe give you more knowledge, more confidence. And I will start it now.
If I can take it, I can make it.
If you can take it, you can make it.
If you can just keep believing when nothing in you is working, when all your external forces have given way, if you can just manage to somehow keep hoping, you have a chance. You just can't become hopeless. If you can just keep hope alive, you can make it. Because if you keep hoping, it is really faith. You just gotta transpose it into I hope this happened to I believe this can happen.
Life is like a grindstone. It can polish you or it can pulverize you, depending on how you position yourself.
There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side of it.
Every time you find yourself saying that you can't do something, putting yourself down, being negative about you and the possibilities for you, you've got to literally catch yourself. And you've got to affirm to yourself, hey, no, I can make it. There's some way this can happen for me. You've got to remind yourself that you've got powers within you, talents within you that you haven't even reached for yet. That once you give yourself an opportunity to try and to experiment with your life, to stretch, you'll find out you can do more than you could ever begin to imagine.
I'm challenging you to change the way you talk to you. Cover your head, cover your thoughts, cover your imaginations, cover the words that are coming into your mind, cover what you're saying to yourself. What you are saying to yourself determines whether you win or lose. What you say to yourself has all the world to do with how far you can go. Not what you're going through, not what's happening in your life, not what's going on in your home, not what's happening in your finances. The blessing is on you. Don't give up on who you are because of how things are turning out, because the blessing is on who you are.
You've got to say yes. Yes to my dreams. Yes to me. Yes, I can. Doesn't matter how many failures I've made. Doesn't matter how many mistakes I've endured. Doesn't matter about what I've done. I can make it.
There's going to be blessings. There's going to be miracles. There's going to be opportunities. Oh, yes, it's going to be some struggles. It's going to be some challenges. It's going to be some tests. But even the struggles are an opportunity for me to show off the victory if my mind can handle the change. If you can get your mind out, you can get your money out. You can get your family out. You can get your job out. You can get your career out. You can get your health out. You can get your prosperity out. If you can get your mind out, no devil in hell, no weapon formed against you, no enemy that hates you can stop you from being free. Grab yourself by the hand and say, we're coming out of here.
I know what it is to walk the floor and you don't know how you're going to make it. When people no longer believe in you. And you got to say to yourself, when you fail again and again, they tell you no. Sometimes with tears in your eyes, it's possible. When life knocks you down, sometimes you have to take 2 steps backwards to go forward. When life staggers you, the thing that'll get you up on your knees, get you standing in the center of the ring and keep on fighting is, it's possible. If I just stand long enough, I can pull this off. I can do it. I'm putting it out here. I'm not going to rest until I have it. It's necessary. I'm going to do it. It's on me. No one's going to make it happen for me. I'll get some help and assistance, but I know that it's on me. Will it be easy? No, it's going to be harder, but it doesn't matter what it costs. Because whatever you have to do, it's worth it because it's your life's purpose. And once you know that, it is done.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have watched that video, I hope that gave you more motivation, something inspired even more. We got 1 notification in the chat. Powerful. It is really powerful. Unfortunately, I had to leave in the beginning of the video because I had a quick call that I had to make. But other than that, what this video has been trying to tell us, by my beliefs, because I watched the last 2 minutes of it, is whatever we dream of, whatever we want, we can make it as long as we put in the work to it. Because there's opportunities everywhere, but we must seek for the opportunities. The opportunities are not going to come for us. We must find them and we must take them and use them. We must do actions to be able to achieve the goals that we want to, the goals that we want in life. Now that we have that through, we can start trading. Okay, let's look at the currency strength meter. I've already checked the Forex Factory if there's any news. There is news. It was, just give me a second because I don't remember time. It was at 1 o'clock. So we don't have to worry about that, which is fine. What we can do today is JPY is still looking strong. It's looking great. Now let's look at, we can look at AUD JPY, Euro JPY, Euro USD, AUD USD, Euro CAD. There's many currency pairs that we can look at technically, but I will begin with Euro JPY. Let's take an eye on it. Okay. I will remove my drawings for now. We don't need this. Okay. Now, as we know, Euro JPY is a bearish market. So we would like to take selling positions. But at the moment, as you guys can see, this already is a good area. Keep that in mind. We have just entered the market and this is already looking like a good area. Here comes the muscle support resistance. There we go. Because I have found a good floor, but there's not a good roof yet that I can see. But what we can do here is this candle at the moment, that could be our new roof. Even though it doesn't exist in the past, this could be the existing roof now. If this closes, let me just draw this area right now. This is going to be our area. I mean, pretty much it's already there. The weak point hit it and now it's bouncing back down. Hopefully it goes back up again. If not, it can bounce back from where it is. Because keep in mind, I already mentioned before I started drawing that that is a good area. So now, as I always say, for the time periods, the 30-minute time period, the 45-minute time period, and the hourly time period, they have strong moves. The market moves in big waves and most likely is going to be going towards our direction. Now, it's already hit our area. If it hits it again, the whole candle, I would like to enter it, but on the close of the candle, when the candle closes. Even though the weak point still hit it, but I believe the next candle will be bearish. Because look, stochastic overbought condition, MACD is there. Everything is in our favor at the moment. It has crossed the yellow trend line all the way here, but I believe here it can make a bounce back down. As long as this candle still stays blue. If the candle stays blue, the present candle, and hopefully if it reaches it back up here in the line or inside my area, I would like to enter it on a sell position. But unfortunately, it's quiet down, although the weak point hit it. If you guys managed to take a trade roughly around here or the weak point, it would have been good because the candle is quite low. It's not in our favor. But let's see, potentially still the next candle could be bearish. I would like to enter that on the 5-minute time period for 5-minute trade. But let's look at another area it can reach to, where it can have a strong move. Here it has a decent roof. Here has a decent roof. Here has a roof. This roof, I believe, is the strongest one. And look, here it has a couple of floors. But let's take an eye on it. Let's look at the charts. This, yep, there we go. I told you so. Here is a good area. Let me just draw my lines. Roughly from here till here. This is gonna be my preferred area, ladies and gentlemen. This right here at the top, it is quite far away. And would you have just hit out the 30-minute time period and look at this? It's showing a green candle, but sorry, a green label, but it has a red border. So let's see how that will end. Potentially this could be going on an uptrend because there's a green label. But what I would prefer now is, if you guys already took advantage of it, it could be going bearish. If it doesn't go bearish, let's see. 429 Euro JPY just cleared 2-0. That's great. Happy to hear that. But I would wait for the candle to reach my area, to touch the line again, or go inside my area, then bounce back down. Other than that, this area, let me just push a bit down. There we go. This is my preferred area. Let's look at the chart. Weak spot at 469. Okay. You entered it at the weak spot at 469. That's great because so far you are clearing it. It is awesome. It is awesome. Let me just draw the area for my preferred area. Don't get me wrong. This area, the second area, is still strong, but I believe the first one is much stronger. It has a better support and resistance. Now do we have these two areas? Oops, what's going on here? We can look at another pair. What is going on? Just give me a second. Okay, it's done now. I don't know what happened there. Unfortunately, right now the candle is going up. Let's see. I mean, actually, it's not unfortunate because, as I said, if it reaches my area, I would prefer entering it then. Let's look at another currency pair that we can look at. Let's take a look at AED/JPY. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming near my area. So if it does hit it, and if it's in the end of the, and if it's in the close of the candle, then I would prefer entering it. Let's look at AED/JPY. It's the stochastic is already there. The MACD's going there. It's almost there. But now, let me just clear these drawings because we don't need them. Let's look for support resistance in AED/JPY. There's one here. What is the present candle doing? Is it bearish or? It is bearish, yes, correct. Now, this area here is pretty well, because keep in mind here, just gonna put the line here. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the roof from here. It went all the way down. It had a very strong flow because look at this trend, it's very big, and it had a strong flow. And here, it had a strong roof because look at the market, what it done. It went down went from here up till here, and it touched it. It had a strong roof. And here, it has a strong roof as well. And right now, AED/JPY is in our area. It has just touched it before even me drawing it. Now, what I would do is, yes, EUR/JPY is roughly there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if AED/JPY and EUR/JPY touch or close in my area, I would take both trades because both are looking as good candles. Let's see if I will have time to take it myself as well. My PC is lagging, but that's fine. Let's see, that's fine. If EUR/JPY is already there, so if you even took the trade there, that would still be great. AED/JPY has just crossed my line, and keep in mind, I haven't even finished off my area. But this could be the potential area right here, which is fine. And look what is happening right now. The weak point touched it and it's going down. Let's see what will happen there. Look at this. EUR/JPY is starting bearish at the moment, which is going in our favor. It is great. It is great. Now, let's look back at AED/JPY. See what I said there? The weak point touched my candle, touched my area, sorry. And now it's bouncing back down. So if you guys manage to take a advantage on that, so far you will be clearing it, because as I said, I believe this is a strong movement. Even though it didn't hit it in our time period, that's fine. The stochastic is there, the MACD is roughly there. And look at this move. The move is massive. The move is really great, ladies and gentlemen. For you at JPY, the candle is not that strong yet, but I believe we'll make a better move. Now, we have one area for ADJPY, and it's already made the move there. I would like to look at another area where it can bounce back again, and that area is right here. Yep, roughly about here. So the area, my second area for ADJPY will be from here till here, because let's jump and look here. Here it had a strong groove, and here it had a strong floor. Let's see notifications. 590 ADJPY clearing at the moment. Happy to hear that. I mean, you are clearing it well, because right now is at 560, 561. You're clearing about roughly about 30 points, which is great. So far, let's see, easy work. Yes, it is. I think so far we have 1-0 for the day, which is quite well. And on NFP day as well, correct. It's on a Friday day. And as you know, Friday and Monday usually have confusing markets. And the fact that we are winning one trade so far, no, we have won one trade and we're winning another one at the moment. That is pretty well. 3-0 for one of my viewers. That is great, Andrew. That is great. Euro JPY, let's see what is it doing. Okay, the candle is really weak at the moment, but we can still win that trade. We have 3 more minutes to it. Other than that, now do we have Euro JPY, ADJPY, and as I said, ladies and gentlemen, I might not have time to look at all of the currency pairs that I draw areas to. So please note down the areas that I have. The areas for ADJPY is from 627 to 605. The second area is 744 to 730. Now for Euro JPY, the areas that I got is 544 till 496. The other areas 086 to 028. KT is 20. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. We are winning so far. However, Euro JPY is not going in our favor yet. ADJPY is still there. Now we can look at another currency pair, because I have provided the areas for you and hopefully you have noted it down. Now, what else can we look at? Let's look at Euro USD. Now, in fact, I will avoid Euro USD because at 1 o'clock, roughly about 1 to 2 o'clock, you will have news. So I would not like to take the risk, even though there's not any news now. I would look at Euro. No. I would look at what I would look at. I would look at AD franc because that is looking quite well. Okay, there's 1 more minute to the end of the candle. Euro JPY, unfortunately, is not in our favor yet because we are losing it so far. But as I said, it's still in our area, so the next candle could be bearish. Keep that in mind. ADJPY is still in our area, so the next candle could be bearish. Hopefully it will be. Now I will be looking at AD franc, see what is it doing at the moment. The stochastic is there, the MACD is roughly there. Now we can look at a support and resistance area. This area is well, right here, it's quite near it. So that is in our favor. There it is. Now, that is the only area that I can see so far. And I believe this could, oops, there's more markets in the past, but it's pretty low. I believe this could be the only area for AED franc. Unfortunately, there might not be two areas, which is fine. And look at this. The candle is already going towards my place and it hasn't, and I haven't even drawn it yet. Wow, okay. So this is gonna be my area for AED franc. I'll draw the rectangle. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if it touches my line or enters the area, I would like to sell it for sell position because, as we know, AED franc. Oh no, sorry, I have made a mistake there. AED franc is bullish. Okay, so what can happen is, let's see, AED JPY 583 clearing. There we go. We have another trade that has been entered for one of the viewers. So it is going well. I'm happy for that. Now I'll get back to AED franc because I've made a mistake here. Now, what this area can be is, it could be a pullback area. Keep that in mind. This can be a pullback area because AED franc is bullish, so we'd like to look for buying positions, and this is not a good buying position because here it will bounce back down. So if it touches the area here, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a pullback area. Even though we'll be going against the market, against the trend, it will be risky, but I believe it's a good area. But now we can look for an area where we can buy into the market. Okay, right here, it had a strong roof here. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it here. It had a strong roof, and right here, it had a strong floor. So that is a quite well area, but it is pretty far away. So I will look at it later on. I will draw another area where it can potentially reach to. Now, the other area that it can reach to is this one right here, my more preferred area. I will draw the charts on it right now so you guys can see it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going towards the pullback area, so note that down. And in 2 minutes, we'll hit the 45-minute time period. And as I said, the 45. And the 45-minute time period has strong moves. Although the weak point almost touched it, but now it's going down, but that's fine. That is completely fine because here we have our first area where it can hit and it can start going up again because AED franc is bullish, as I said. This is our second area. So please keep in mind, this is not a buying position. This area right here is a selling position because it's a pullback. We have 1 minute till the close of the candle. Let's look at your JPY. It's still bullish. Please let me know what happened there, if you guys cleared it or had a lesson. Right here, it's hitting the 45-minute time period. I would prefer entering it now. For your JPY, any of the JPY, I would stick for now with, if you would like to stick with one currency pair, that's fine. But I believe Euro JPY would be a better option because the stochastic is there, MACD is there. I would like to take a trade on Euro JPY. That's what I would prefer to do. As long as, keep in mind, as long as it closes blue. If it doesn't close blue, I wouldn't take it. If AED JPY doesn't close blue, I wouldn't take it. It has crossed our area a bit, but that's fine. That is completely fine. Because it hasn't had a massive cross, it's a tiny cross, so it can still bounce back down. Now, we were looking at AED franc. It's going towards my pullback area. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me know. Please give me feedback if you guys took trades there or what is happening, if you have cleared it or had a lesson. Now, AUD JPY 2 entries and clearing. That is great. That sounds great, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. As I was saying, everything is in our favor at the moment. Euro JPY 1 entry and clearing. That's great. The stochastic is an overbought. MACD is roughly there. It has reached our area. It's in the correct time period that we entered it. So this is a strong confirmation that will go our way. It's not a full confirmation, but it's a strong one. Euro JPY, that one is strong as well because look, the stochastic is there, MACD is there. It has reached our support resistance area and we're in the correct time period. But unfortunately, so far we are having a lesson on it, but that's fine. We have 4 minutes for that candle. Let's not rush it. Let's stay patient. And we'll see what will happen. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. AUD franc is going towards our area, the first area where it can bounce back up. And here I would like to get in a buying position. Okay, now that we have 3 areas, I would potentially look at 1 more area or 2, in fact, and see what is going to happen with the other areas. As I said earlier, USD is risky, but I would draw at least 1 pair where it has USD inside it. So you guys, maybe if you would like to take a trade on it, but personally I wouldn't because USD is a bit bad today. Let's look at the chart. 6-0. That is great. That is awesome, awesome. KT is 2-0. Well, that is the previous chart though, so never mind. Now, I would like to look at Euro USD, and what that is doing is bearish. Euro USD is bearish. Euro JPY is clearing. AUD JPY is clearing. Now I would look at Euro USD. It has made a strong move down, and right here it's kind of going on an uptrend. So let's see what will happen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look for support resistance area. Nope, not closer. We need to look back in the market. Wow. Okay. Doesn't seem to have any support resistance area here. The closest one is quite up, so it's not looking well. Okay. And as I was saying, the area that I've got is quite high. It is right here. So potentially it might not hit in our session. It might hit outside of the session, but if you would like, you can still take trades on it. Here is another area. These 2 areas are quite strong, so I would pay attention to both. There's 1 more minute to the end of the candle. So far, I am clearing Euro JPY. Hopefully you are too. I mean, you are, because if you entered it here at the close of the candle, you are clearing it no matter what. So as AUD JPY. Let's look at AUD franc. Nope, it's quite not there, but it's crossing. Keep in mind, it's crossing the yellow trend line. If it crosses it, it could be going down on the next candle as well. So note that in mind as well, because remember I said, if the candle crosses the yellow line on a downward direction, it's most likely to be carry on going down. But no, it's not doing that. The weak point did cross it, but the full candle is not there yet. But that's fine. We would carry on waiting because patience is key. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not any moves in Euro USD that's close about here that we can actually look at for the support and resistance. But other than that, this will be our second area, and this right here will be our first area. Now, my first area is the preferred one, but if it reaches the second one, it can still bounce back down. Keep that in mind. going to draw the area right here. Now we'll draw the first area as well. Now that we have 2 areas for it, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 currency pairs that we have already marked areas, it is looking well. Not AUD CAD, AUD franc, that's what we need to look at. And look at this, it's giving us a purple label that could be going up, but it's gone. But what I believe is it will touch my area and go for a pullback, because look, the weak point touched it. I mean, it was 1 point away or 2 points away from touching it, but I would still count it that it has touched it. And if it doesn't go back up, it might have already made this move and going for a pullback. Now let's look at Euro JPY. We have cleared that trade there. AUD JPY still going up. Now, what I believe what might happen is I wouldn't take a trade again here. I would wait for the market to reach my preferred area, which is the first one, and then bounce back down. The same thing I've got for Euro JPY, even though it's very far away and it's less likely hitting our area in this session. But if not, if you already took a trade there, that is fine, because you are having a winning day. And what I aim for is, as usually for a day, is to have a 3 to 5% increase on our account balance. That is the thing that I would prefer for you guys and suggest. If you have that already, you might just, I would just sit down and watch what I'm doing instead of taking more trades. But if you do, that's fine. The more wins, the better. Euro JPY, set a blue candle there. Euro USD is really far away. AUD franc is almost in our pullback area. But what I would do now is, what I would prefer doing is waiting for the hourly time period. Now, whatever this candle does, even if it reaches our area, yes, it can go back down. But I would prefer to wait for the hourly time period, for the hourly candle to close inside my area and then enter it. We've got one notification. AUD franc found resistance and bounced. Yes, that's what I'm saying. My pullback area, the weak point touched it, as I said, ladies and gentlemen. It touched my weak point and now it's going down. So it touched my pullback area and now it's going down. So if you manage to take a trade roughly maybe about here, so far you would be clearing it. But let's see what will happen. We have 2 more minutes to the end of the candle. And keep in mind, it has a purple label. It's giving us a stronger confirmation. Everything is our way. It's just the time period that it's not in our favor, which is fine. Now, I will wait for AUD JPY to reach my first area. Euro JPY. Okay. No, I wouldn't take Euro JPY again. I'll wait for it to hit my first area. AUD franc cleared. 7-0 for the day. That is brutal, ladies and gentlemen. That is brutal. And just to ask you, did you take AUD franc on the weak point? Because if you did, that's how you would be clearing it. At the bounce, yes. Okay. Fair enough. So roughly about here. So yes, they are clearing it. And the purple label is going out towards our favor. Now, there's 1 more minute till the end of the candle, which is great. AUD JPY is already making his move. We had 2 bearish candles. If you manage to take that one as well, it's good. Well, let's see what will happen. Okay, Euro USD, not close. Euro JPY is giving us a purple label. And if it crosses the yellow line, it will give us a better confirmation that will carry on going down. Keep that in mind. Because look, the stochastic has made a big move on the uptrend. So has the market with candles. It has went up I believe it can reach roughly about this area and make a pullback up. I'll draw a pullback area right here because it looks pretty well. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be a pullback area. What the market can do in Euro JPY is it can reach my area here and it can start bouncing back up. That's what I believe that would happen. We will be going against the trend, but that is fine. It's risky, but what do? We take risks. We like taking risks. We must trust our instincts. And I trust my instincts, and I believe that area will be a good pullback area and it will go towards my favor. It has a purple label and we are clearing it. It has almost crossed the yellow line, the yellow trend line. So if it does, it will more likely to carry on going down and reach my area and bounce back up. Now let's look at AUD/JPY. No, it's not. AUD/JPY is not looking well, ladies and gentlemen. It's still in our area, but it has already made one move here, and it's not looking like a strong enough move, even though we cleared it. I have expected it to come roughly about here, and if it did come roughly about this area and then touch my area again, I would say, okay, it's looking like a position where we can enter again. But it has made only 2 candles on a downwards position, and that is not strong enough. Euro JPY 491 clearing. That is great. That is great. Yes. Now, what have one of the viewers done is they saw the purple label pop up and it was going down in my area. It has reached the yellow trend line and they took advantage of it. And so far, they are clearing it, which is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, what we can do is just wait and see, because we already have enough of currency pairs that we can look at. 4 is enough. AUD franc. Now, if it reaches my area again, for the pullback area, I would enter it one more time. If it doesn't, that's fine. AUD/JPY. If it doesn't hit this area, I wouldn't look at AUD/JPY. If it hits it, it will bounce back down. Now, there's 2 more minutes to the hourly time period. So let's see what will happen. Let's see if we can have other positions where we can enter the trade. Now, AUD franc hopefully touches my area. Keep in mind, sometimes, as I said, only the weak point can touch the area and bounce back down, and it can still do the same thing. But the better confirmation is the whole candle closing inside my area. That gives us a better possibility. Chat 8-0. Absolutely smashing out today one more time. I'm happy about it. That is mental. That is mental. Happy to hear that. Now, let's look at Euro JPY. I mean, okay, there's 1 more minute to the candle. Realistically, when we hit my pullback area, which is fine, but I did cross the yellow trend line, so the next candle could be bearish as well. Keep that in mind. EUR/USD not looking well. AUD/JPY, it has a purple label, which is fine. This could be saying that this candle could close bearish. But what I would pay attention to is right now, look, we already made the move. The weak point touched it. If you guys manage to take a trade there, it's good, because so far you are clearing it. And yeah, if Euro JPY crosses the yellow trend line and closes there, I would like to enter it. But other than that, there's no other areas that we can look at technically. And look, right now it's giving us a purple label that could be going down. If you guys would like to take that trade, it would be good, because everything is in our favor. The stochastic, the MACD, the purple label, and the time period. It's only the support or resistance that is not there, but that's fine. It's still looking like a strong move. And look what I said, ladies and gentlemen. If you manage to take a trade here, you would have you are clearing it so far, because it did cross my yellow trend line, the weak point did, and now it's a bearish candle. Let's look back at AUD Swiss franc. No. The weak point did touch it. So if you manage to take a trade, so far you are clearing it. And AUD JPY is just, I mean, actually it is doing something. In fact, it has just crossed the yellow trend line. So the next candle could be bearish as long as it stays there. But keep in mind the weak point did cross it. So it's in our favor. Now that we have that sorted out, we have nothing to do except to wait and stay patient. But while we do that, we can just look at the currency strength meter, see what is it doing, if anything has changed. Euro JPY still in our favor. AUD JPY still in our favor. AUD Swiss franc still in our favor. Euro USD still in our favor. So all the currency pairs that I have drawn areas in are still valid. So that is good for us. Let's see what the market is doing. Quite well. I mean, realistically, if I have time, I could draw an area on. No, I would avoid it. Because I was about to say NZD AUD, but the strengths are quite near. So I wouldn't take that actually. But what I would look at is, I could look at one more area, one more currency pair, I believe. Euro AUD doesn't look bad. It's bearish. So let's see what it's doing. Okay. Right here has a strong move. He has strong flows, couple of strong flows here. And he has a strong roof all the way down from here up to here. He has a strong roof there. And right there, I have managed to do it quickly. There's 3 more minutes to the end of the candle. And potentially, if it does reaches our area for Euro AUD, it would look good as well. Now, I would like to draw this rectangle area. There we go. So now if it touches the line or enters my area, it will bounce back down because it's bearish. Keep that in mind. I will just stick with one area so far because we don't have much time. Euro JPY is bullish, unfortunately. But if you entered on the weak point, you would be clearing it so far. Not on the weak point. Now, sorry, I've made a mistake. You would be having a lesson on it so far. But look at this. Euro JPY has just entered our area again. The weak point touched it. It could now have another bounce back down. So keep that in mind. Let's look at Euro USD. Nope, it's pretty far away. Euro AUD. Nope. AUD Swiss franc, no. And yeah, I mean, pretty much it's only Euro JPY and Euro AUD that can potentially make a move for us. And realistically, it's only Euro JPY. Now, if the weak point touched my area, so keep that in mind. But if the candle closes inside of my area, it would be going down. So let's see what will happen there. So I believe that could be a strong move. Now, but keep in mind, I just saw it now. I just noticed it. Apologies for that. It crossed our yellow trend line on an upwards direction. So potentially this could be a bullish candle. Okay, but that's fine. Please let me know the results I have got today, everyone. I would appreciate it so I can have feedback. now. Okay. I will be waiting for your responses till then, because pretty much we are done for the day. We have took enough of trades and we have had a winning day. But I would like to just know what results you have got, so I can keep that in mind. So can you please put down in the chat the results that you got? Okay, Yusuf from Euro AUD is near our area now, so keep that in mind. If it does touch here, we'll bounce back down. Euro JPY unfortunately is going bullish, so if it did take that trade, it will be a lesson so far, but that's fine. I would stop sharing my screen now because I am done for the day. Okay, I'm still waiting for the responses. Because I know Andrew has hit 80 for the day. I would like to know if you took more trades. Katie, if you can please text as well what result you got today. I would appreciate it. Other than that, 3-1. That's great. 8-0. Easy work. That's great. That's great. Happy to hear that. And pretty much, thank you for joining our lesson, joining my lesson. We had the 8-0 session, which is great. I'm really happy about it. And hopefully you enjoyed my session. And hopefully next time we'll have another good session, more winning trades. And I will see you next time. Take care.